Work while you're young so you can chill when you're young, right? Now, contrary to belief, with society today and, what people deem successful, especially not only in this society, but the way it has been for years, right? And this is just a little quick, little short, little appetizer of a topic that I'll probably go into in more depth later on. This is just going to be me, kind of freestyling it and just putting out my thoughts in a short and quick manner, right? But yeah, like I said, contrary to belief, not only from our society today, but from previous generations up until now, right? You will in turn hear that work while you're young, work real hard, save up your money, get a good job, get a good career, work until you're old, work until you get to about 60, whatever the I guess you could say the normal age to retire, or the most susceptible or acceptable age to retire. You know what I'm trying to get across, right? The common, that's what I'm trying to say, right? Work until you get old, until the common age of what people say, to retire at, right? Work hard while you're young, work, save, slave, thinking that's gonna, help you bring in more money, when really this money sitting in your account in general is, not actually adding or helping you, make more money at all. It's just money sitting there, really not even serving a purpose, kind of just like depreciating, just by sitting there in general, right? Just save and, just work hard until you get about to the ripe age of 60 years old. And then that's when you finally retire. And then that's when you decide, to finally live life and enjoy the luxuries of life, right? So like I said in the beginning, I flipped it around to the contrary belief of what society deems as successful, right? Especially with people in my generation, right? Gen Z, right? I'm pretty sure, if you clicked on my channel, if you've seen my channel before, or you just seen like self-improvement videos in general, right? It's a common thing for, people in Gen Z, the generation that I'm in, to not go by that, that stigma, to not go by that, idealistic, thought process from generations to generations, right? A lot of people in my generation, or just in Gen Z in general, aren't, they not accepting that no more. They not going for that no more. They see that, that's not fulfilling. That's not something that's, worth, working for and going towards. And that's not something that's worth to look back on and say, did I really get the most out of life that I could, right? And a lot of people, in turn to that, are not working the typical, office job, the typical 9 to 5 job, especially with the advancements of technology that we have. I could speak to the camera right now, you could get paid for that, right? You got a lot of people taking entrepreneurship routes, whether that be, investing in Ethereum, Bitcoin, investing in stocks, drop shipping, anything in that avenue. You can make money off the internet now, right? Obviously maybe like, 20, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe like 30 years, 35 years ago, obviously that wasn't common or as common as it is now, right? So with the advancements in technology and, the actual proof of people being able to make a living and be able to support themselves and take care of themselves from different avenues that don't have to do with a typical office job or a typical 9 to 5 job, a lot of people ain't gonna stand with that, because they see that obviously they could get to where they want to get to quicker without sacrificing their soul in turn for chips, in turn for money, right? Obviously people see the benefit of, taking, what we have now, the advancements that we have now, and using that, to their ability, right? That way they don't end up falling in that same stigma, falling in that same box that society has set out for us, right? To just work, churn out as much as your soul that you possibly can until you get, like I said, to the ripe age of 60. And then, that's when you finally decide to retire. That's when, you decide to live life. And even then, with all that money that you may have saved up, during the, 20, 25 years that you at work, by the time, you get to that age, that money ain't going to be worth not a thing. It's not going to be able to, withhold up to, the economy in that year, those years going on from them, right? Those 20 to 25 years. You see it right now. You can't even go to the dang grocery store and get 5 things without it being $196. So, like, imagine how it is probably 20 to 25 years now. You know, that $1 million that you may have saved up over the course of the 20 to 25 years you didn't work. Once you get to the age of 60 and, you know, obviously the economy changes and, you know, when you get to that year, you know, 20 to 25 years from now, that $1 million may not even be worth $50,000. You know, I'm just throwing out estimates. Obviously, you know, if I converted and did the math, obviously, you know, we could see what it will actually be worth, you know, down the line in those years, right? But, you know, obviously, you know, it's not going to be as fruitful, as impactful, as, you know, fulfilling, you know, as it would be, right? Because, you know, it wouldn't be worth nothing. You know, all that hard work would essentially be put down into the drain, right? Now, I'm not just saying that this is an easy pass for you to just, you know, cope and not try to take action and do nothing, you know, in order to build up a life for yourself, right? Obviously, you know, either route you take, you're going to have to do the work to get to where you want to go, right? You know, obviously, you know, you shouldn't just be lazy and not do nothing at all, right? But some people don't have that option to, you know, take those other routes, to do those other things, right? And, you know, obviously, you know, that's contingent, right? That's a little bit, you know, exceptional, you know, based upon the person, right? Really, if you got a phone, you know, especially a modern phone, you can really do anything that you want to do. You know what I mean? Even with myself, you know what I mean? It's really no excuses for me to try to, you know, delve in and get a little bit more familiar with entrepreneurship and to delve into some avenues and some routes that I could take. As long as you got a phone, you really got no excuse to start on anything that you want to do. A business, you know, investing in Bitcoin, stocks, YouTube, whatever you want to do. You know, if you got a phone, a laptop, you know, you got the world pretty much in your hand, right? You know, but in certain, you know, like I said, it being exceptional, right? Some people may not have access to that, or they just don't have the funds to start, you know, the thing that they may be trying to start. So, you know, they may have to work, right? They may have to get a job in order to, you know, keep themselves afloat and in order to have, you know, some type of money in their pocket, right? But like I said, either way you go, either route you take, you know, obviously you got to put in the work and you got to be willing to, you know, to sacrifice time, energy, you know what I mean? You may have to cut out, you know, some distractions that's in your life, whether that be drugs, you know, bad friends, you know, bad spending habits, whatever it may be, in order to get to where you need to be, right? But that's the topic. That's what I wanted to come on here and talk about. I most definitely will probably do a more in-depth video on this, with, you know, loads of research. Like I said, this is not the only video or the only time somebody has spoke on this topic. You could look it up. You may even find it just, you know, scrolling on your homepage if you follow, you know, any self-improvement or anything like that in general. You done seen videos on, you know, people not living up to the ideal of, you know, working until you old and retiring. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'm out.